Like most people, I like watching YouTube and I like Lego, so I get a lot of Lego recommendations. Now, what makes these quite hard to watch is that the sets that these people have, I mean, they're absolutely amazing, they're fantastic, but they cost so much money, like hundreds, if not thousands of pounds or dollars. And that's just something that I don't have that kind of money to buy these sets, even though I really want to. So what I've started doing is I've doing little animated tours and reviews of the sets that I really like, but I just can't afford. So I've been using some software called Blender to make digital copies of these. So it's really great fun, and I really like doing them, and I'm getting some nice views and nice comments, which is always really nice. But then I wondered, well, why can't I just take it a little bit step further, and why can't I build an actual digital Lego city? So that's what I'm going to try and do, and this first video about this is really just going to be a little bit of a test to see if it's something that I can do. Okay, so what I did is I did a quick Google for Lego ideas and layouts, and I stumbled across this one, which I thought looked pretty good. A lot of it is the Lego bricks that I grew up with in that kind of era, so a lot of it was very familiar to me. I just liked the style and I liked the look of it, and I thought this would be a really good place, and the fact it also has all the set numbers for a lot of the pieces involved actually makes it easier for some of the next steps. So what I was going to do is just use some of this as a bit of a basis and a template. Okay, so now we're into Meccabricks, which is quite a common Lego building application. So what I do is I'm just going to import the hospital set, which I managed to get from the library by using the set numbers that was earlier on in that website. So here it is, as you can see. So I'm just going to move it around a little bit so that it's just a little bit more centered. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to import the little cafe, which I think is called the Breezeway Cafe, is the original name. And again, just similar steps, just to turn it around a little bit and make it fit beside it, similar to the layout on that website. So as you can see, just tinkering around a little bit just to make sure it lines up. Okay, now we're kind of on to the base plates. So here I want to put one just in front of the cafe. And I noticed there was a little bit different colour here, so let's fix that. And we'll just duplicate the existing one and slide it underneath. And then really we're now onto the base plates, or the road base plates I should say. Now I am using the traditional base plates here. I know there are lots of different styles of road layouts now, but again, this is the ones that I grew up with, and I like these ones just because it's very nostalgic. So that's what I'm going to go for. Again, I think I just noticed at this bit that the layout was slightly off slightly, so I'm just pushing that back in to make sure that they line up nice and square. Of course, for this one I forgot to put the settings back to medium so it snaps in place and it was still on small. There we go. And of course then I realised that I'd actually had that in completely the wrong place. So let's move it again. But that's all part of the fun. From here on, it was just really a case of putting in the other bits, some straight roads and the T-junction. And then we're on to some straight roads to finish off. The good thing with Meccabricks is that because it does have that snap-on grid in place, it does make fitting these together a lot easier. And there we have it, a little bit of a test layout. And now we'll go ahead and we'll export this and put it into Blender. Okay, so here we are in Blender, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to import the little Lego city that I've created, as you can see here. So this isn't in the fully rendered mode, which is why it does look a little bit different or a bit blocky, or maybe not quite as detailed as it normally should do. Now, something that I like to do is I like to take out all of the windows, because you don't actually get to see through them. They're not very transparent. So I always like to do that just so that it shows a little bit more detail when you are actually looking through the city. So that's them all done. Okay, and now we're going to line up a nice little camera view. So we'll just position it so it's somewhere sitting nice and we can get a really good image. Then we do a render image, and the outcome looks like this. A lot more like the traditional Lego that we're used to. So that's the plan, and that's what I'm going to do. So if you really want to subscribe and stay tuned in to what I'm doing, then that would be fantastic. I'm going to be building it a lot bigger and a lot better as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and animate some of the sections as well, and do a little bit of a camera walkthrough, which is kind of what I do in a lot of my other videos as well. So yeah, if you want to join me, we'll experiment and play around with this. That would be fantastic. Okay, thanks very much, and I'll catch you in the next one.